Hi guys, Pronobus here. Time to show you off really what a lot of the new features are here. We're going to do character creation. It's going to go a whole lot faster now. So it's going to be Draylen, Druid. So first off, let's do our stat roll. Roll 4d6, drop lowest. I'm going to copy that and paste it in here 6 times. And as a druid, we're going to want to stick our 16 in wisdom. Then let's stick our 14 in dexterity. Then let's do 14 in con. So +1 to con would be really nice. Okay, let's do an intelligence. Let's make intelligence or dump. Stick an 8. That leaves us an 11 and a 12. There we go. So when we come over here and we choose background, we have a lot of things we can sort by. Let's look only at the backgrounds, and I want something that's going to give us... Let's do Thieves' Cant. Okay. And then let's do our class. So we're going to do a druid. And let's choose the archetype a bit early. The archetype's going to auto add everything that the regular class adds, but it's also going to add your archetype abilities. But it's only going to do that when you hit an appropriate level. So like, let's jump to level 3 real quick. We can see that it's auto adding stuff in here. So if we were to jump up to 7, and it does go both directions. If I pull it back down to 3, it will auto fix that for us. Okay, let's go into race. And in an ideal world, I would get a +2 to wisdom. Okay, Crucius is the only option. But I could also filter then to get a +1 to con. But I mean, that's not going to be an option here. We just don't have enough to give us a +2. Let's see what does give us a +1 to con. And if we make this go in and +1 to wisdom, human's the only option there. Okay, we're just going to go with the Crucius because we like that +2 in wisdom. Now it's not going to auto add that here for us, but it does give us the ability score improvement here that says +2 to wisdom and +1 to dex. So actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick my 13 in here and my 14 in here, so that when this happens, that's going to bring this up to 14 and then bring up our wisdom to 18. Very nice. Okay. So it's starting to come together here a lot, but we still need to do our spells. If you know about druids, they prepare those spells. So I need to drag over every single one of the level 1 and 2 druid spells. And you can spend all day dragging them all, or you can use this drag all option I added. Now they come in unprepared, but druids will prepare their level, so level 3, which I should fix in up here as well. Okay, so level 3 plus their wisdom modifier of 4. So I get to prepare 7 of these. And I could take time really choosing carefully. 2, 3. Oops. If you want to know where I found that, well, I have it memorized, but you can always come over into here and into your spell casting, and it says preparation, and there's wisdom modifier plus druid level minimum 1. Okay, but up here it says that according to the druid table, which is this table right in here, And we're missing our headers for some reason. So I'll work on fixing that so we have the headers up here where they're supposed to be. But for now, this first column is going to be number of cantrips known, so we know 2 cantrips. Okay. And maybe because I was trying to squeeze into such a small space that we lost the headers there. But we can make that a pop-up that brings up the full chart in a journal. So we'll fix that. Anyway, we get 2 cantrips. And let's do a produce flame that give us some damage options. And let's also do guidance. I like helping party members. Oh, and as you can see when we click this, it's going to sort so we only see our 7 prepared spells. They also automatically changed our spell slots to fit and gave us the 2 wild shape uses up here. And of course you can learn more about wild shape in your abilities section where it added wild shape. And then we got an archetype feature, larger transformation, so we can actually transform into something a little bit bigger. So that's starting to really come together and pop. But we still need to do, we have our detective items, but we don't have any of our druid items. So here where it has the starting equipment section, we get a wooden shield or a simple melee weapon. Druidic focus, though, when we click on it, doesn't do anything. It's because it's a category and we don't yet have that working. The long-term plan is that it will, when you click that, automatically come into here and go to subtype and select Druidic focus for you. Armor and weapons are at the top of the Western alphabetical order. And so it'd open like this, long-term. But we're not quite there yet. Okay, so we also get our leather armor. We get a scimitar or a simple melee weapon. Let's do javelin to give us something to throw. And finally, we get the explorer's pack. See, by dragging that in, we got all of that. But we could also click on them to open it up and read it if we had like a choice between explorers and dungeoneers or other things like that. Okay, so this explains everything in there. That is character creation in a nutshell. We have a level 3 that is play ready. We can come in here and choose an image, a Crucius look humanoid. I know that the default graphic user interface for this is not the best. Who knows if I'm choosing a male or female. I actually kind of like that one. Cool. So we are ready to go with that. The other cool thing we've been working on is a way to be able to get the maps battle ready a lot quicker. So let's drop down and get a new battle map out. And doesn't particularly matter. We'll just import. And down here in these settings, we're showing navigation. Make it to all players. Now, in a game, I would actually preload it before I brought it in here where they could see it. And then once it's preloaded, I'd activate it to bring them all over. But I'm just going to activate it real quick and bring it over now. What I'm mostly concerned with is getting us an encounter here on the map. So we're opening up the bestiary browser, which allows us to do things like sort by. If they're level 3s, let's make it a CR4 encounter. So I want 1100 XP. Let's split it up and have a level 3 and a level 2. Some people may want to keep it to official only to get rid of the homebrew. And we are by a river, kind of going through a forest. Let's go terrain forest. And we could sort by a lot of other options in here. So I want a level 2 with a level 3. So if I did a saber-toothed tiger, what would go with that? Yeah. If I did a giant boar, could do. Let's see, we want 1100 XP. We could do 3 giant boars. So when I drag over the first one, we can see it gives it a pop up and sticks it there. And then as I keep dragging them over, it doesn't do that anymore because it's creating additional links to the same core data. That being said, although they share the same main sheet, which is going to share their attacks, we notice that if we do damage to one of them, so if this guy happened to gore his buddy, only that one token takes damage because the healths are isolated. But that does mean that you can notice that we have an error there on this trait. Well, we should have it do 2d6 slashing. And by fixing it on the one, I can go to another, and it's still going to be fixed. Which is really cool here, as I haven't had time to go through and fix everything yet. Long term we'll have all of that done for you, but for now, it doesn't make sense. If a group of mobs, you can just fix it once, unlike back in Fantasy Grounds where you had to fix on each of them. Those are the biggest changes in this update. Probably for the next update, our biggest priority is going to be starting to work on a new sheet, which looks rather pathetic because we haven't really done anything with it yet. It has a name. So we'll notice that there's also the parcel sheet we've tossed in here that's designed for item parcels, and it's in the actor, so you could technically put it on the map, but that's not really what it's intended for. We just need something that can hold items, and actors are the only thing that can hold items right now. So it's all coming together, and you still have the defaults, which is not bad, but what we really want is to have it be the 3 columns from the standard sheet, that if you have plenty of screen space, you can have out, and it's probably going to be more like that for the standard 3 columns. And you can just scroll down in them. But if you don't have space like that, you'd be able to compress it, and probably about there it's going to change to a 2-column system. Up to about there-ish. And the 2 columns means that the 3rd column will be hiding behind the 2nd column, but there'll be tabs to navigate between them. And then if you shrink it down smaller, so like down to here, then it's going to go to a 1-column system with tabs to navigate between them. And of course, we have to have tabs at the very, very top to go between the different pages, because normally the spells are on a secondary page, again split into 3 columns. They're compressed down as you go through that. So the goal is to use the format that we're familiar with from the paper sheets that are released by the big companies, but also to add in some macros and some other stuff so it's easier to edit. Maybe even make 2 parallel sheets, one that uses strictly the 5e stats, another one that doesn't use the defaults at all, and here allows you to create brand new abilities, skills. Might use the traits, might not, but definitely the abilities and skills from scratch. Thank you guys for watching. Remember to share this with your friends, like the video. God bless y'all, and I'll see you around.